Hi everyone, good evening. How are you guys? I can see there are a lot of people here and in YouTube live. Hi guys, hello. Good evening. I'm Dr. Ajit. So guys, welcome again to one of the executive webinar all again for all of you. Very good evening. Okay, so guys, let's not wait much. Let's not. So people will be joining here and in YouTube. So let me start. Today's webinar is wonderful as this is my keen interest area, the research. And when I started, my research career long back in 2014, I started with, I remember, Clinical Research Associate 1, right? So that was my first designation. And, that's how we start the journey if you are in research, either CRC, Clinical Research Coordinator, or Clinical Research Associate. Okay, or clinical research assistant we call it. Okay, so today's webinar is fantastic and it's close to my heart as well, close to my experience and my keen interest area also. So guys, today's webinar is on essential skills for CRA and CRC by Dr. Senthil Raj here, and definitely this is the webinar where you will get the certificate as well. And you know what is the criteria to get the certificate. You have to be here till end and you have to fill the feedback form. That is your attendance form as well. Before 10-15 minutes of the end, you will get that. And by the time you learn well and learn from Dr. Senthil. So let me take this privilege to introduce him. So Dr. Senthil Raj is again a PharmD graduate. He has experienced in clinical research as a clinical research associate with over 4 years in the medical industry. And he has worked in multiple other things before. He has worked as clinical research associate in Clinical Development Services Agency CDSA Faridabad, and his keen. And before that, he worked in Incline Trust International, New Delhi, as clinical research officer. And his key skills are project management, leadership, data oversight, strong. He's strong in interpersonal and communication skills, and he's literally good. He's in organizational skills, and he has done multiple, trainings and workshops. So today we all are here to listen from, listen to his experiences and ask a lot of questions about how we can start, how you guys can start your career as a CRC or CRA. So guys, I'll not take much time and I'll give the mic to Dr. Senthil. So Dr. Senthil, thank you very much, and I welcome you to this wonderful webinar and accepting our invitation. And again, I thank Dr. Bharat Raj. Bharat is our person who is organizing all these. He's our organizing partner. So thank you, Dr. Senthil, and over to you. Please open your mic and please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. Uh, how is how is everyone? First of all,
Yes, all good. All good.
yeah. So, see, let me introduce myself from my end. See, I completed my founding in 2017. Later, I joined as a CRC. Uh, so then, CRC is like kind of it's a mixed work where I used to handle ICU also. It's a pediatric ICU where I learned a lot about how how ICU functions, as well as clinical research. Um there, I learned more about pediatric vaccinations, how it is improving health of pediatric patients, and lot like that. Then, after getting like around 2.5 years in this field, then I moved to CDSA, where I worked as a, I mean, as a CRA, where this is kind of a eye opener for me, because majority of the times CDSA is kind of a training organization, but this trained me a lot in my clinical research activities. So then I started this new journey as a CRA in 8th and technology, which I am currently around 2 years. Yeah. So let me start my presentation. Okay.
Yes, please share.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Second.
Okay.
Now visible? Yeah.
Yes, now it is visible. You can make it full screen, Dr. Senthil.
Yeah. See,
Perfect.
before going into skills, how many of you know there are a lot of roles in clinical research? So, like majority of the people will join as either a clinical research officer, CRA, or research associate, or some might be as a joining as a coordinator, some might be joining as a clinical data associate. So these are all happening in clinical research, uh, and this is kind of uh, this is kind of an wide feature we are experiencing, and this all leads to efficiently doing clinical research activities. That's the ultimate goal. Okay. So current this data shows. I mean, this is a clip from a recent article. So this shows that India is going to be a good hub for clinical research, and it is going to be an emerging market. So those who are trying as a new joiners, it is going to be your role will be is going to be more into clinical research. Either you can be a site coordinator, either you can be a research officer. It can be any field of research, but it is kind of on a whole you are going to contribute to clinical research only. Uh, Okay, so so coming to today's topic. So before going to that, so when I joined SSCRC, my daily activity will be like going to the site and seeing how consent is happening. So usually consent, what how we do is like we go monitor. We usually have either audio video consent or audio video consent or written consent. And sometimes I mean audio video is optional, sometimes we have written only. So this is to say that uh, day-to-day activity of CRC will be like going, he will be participating with the clinician during a uh, yeah, consent process, where he will be observing how a clinical research is being pitched to the participant or a study patient. So usually, what clinical research coordinator will do is like go to a trial and he will do day-to-day activities, and he usually talks with the principal investigator, and he will decide how many of the patients or study participants are going to be enrolled in the study. They will have a contingency plan. So whenever they are devising a study, they will have a plan how within how many duration they are going to enroll all the study subjects. Like that, they will have a plan and they will enroll. And they'll have a deadline for the enrollment also. So during that period, they will try to enroll as much as quoted in their protocol, and they will try to include. So what a CRC will do is regularly he will go sit with the principal investigator during concern. Once concern is done, he will go maintains all the study protocols, and he will maintain all the study protocols, as well as he will go and I mean sir, documents all the concerns. He will do the manual data entry. He will collect information from the study participant, either by directly or by going around his medical records. After having his consent, he will go over records and get the necessary. So here CRC role will be stick to site. Majority of the times they will have kind of a site role. So they will be positioned only in site, and they will be doing all the site related activities. But what CRA will do is, like, CRA is a travel job. Most of the times he has to travel from one place to other for his work, and his qualities will be 70 to 80% will be in traveling only. He might not have a luxury of CRC. Okay, so then, so this is kind of CRC in a site will do data entry. In a kind of way, how they do data entry is like either they do an electronic data capture, or India is still we are using paper-based CRF only. Now only they are implementing some parts with electronic concern. Electronic CRF also is coming into play, because this ECRF is kind of a new addition where you can pull data easily and you can populate, means where you can show you can get the results in a quick manner. So previous clinical research activities are like you don't have that luxury. They have to do manually, and then they have to analyze the research work, and then they have to bring it into a table, the statistician, and it takes lot of process. Now this this data electronic data capture is going to play a major role, because we can easily pull a electronic record, and we can easily in future this electronic application will put a lot of data analytics part also. Okay, then see for roles, CRA will be mostly oversight overseeing the site. So he will go first. Uh, First thing for a CRA will be like he'll be assessing the site. So how he will see for feasibility, how the site can enroll, how pre-study they will do, how many patients they can able to bring from that particular site, how many visits we are planning to get proper data, all those things. So to become a CRA, like you have to be more aware of GCP guidelines. So then followed by ICMR guidelines, all these medical device rules. So then, so once uh, you have found out this is the potential site for our study, so then you will decide all the I mean, once protocol and all finalized, they will identify the site. Once they will identify the site, they will go behind the site and get the necessary approvals, all the necessary documents. So they will just establish a good relationship with the site. So they will CRA role will be like they will go to the site, assess how much data they can able to get. I mean, how much patients or subjects they can able to enroll from this particular site, and how this can be utilized for the research. So they will do the site selection, feasibility. Once site selection, feasibility done, and they will go. They will ask for ethics committee approval and all. So sometimes they will have inbuilt ethics committee. Some sites they will not have inbuilt ethics committee. So I had a experience once. I was in Chennai. I have to travel to Coimbatore to see this ethics committee approval, because the site which is located remotely in somewhere around Gudalur district in Nilgiris doesn't have a inbuilt or a in-house ethics committee. So in that case, you have to apply for I mean, outside of their organization, where they have to make the payments and get the ethics approval for conducting a research. And it involved vulnerability population also, which means they are kind of you are doing when you are doing a research under a scheduled tribe, or this scheduled tribe people have to be more cautious. This is what I learned from this process, because they will be like they will not they are kind of you have to take more time to mingle with them. You have to go sit with them, talk to them, understand how they process their work. In order to build data for your work, you need to go and ask them and sit get a good communication with them, because CRA job is kind of a majority of the thing is communication, because you have to communicate fluently in English, have to be more accurately telling things. So you have to be kind of establishing a good relationship with the site. So all the parties should be uh, all the parties should feel a win-win situation. Majority of the times, CRA is the one who is going to establish a long relationship with the site as well as the organization that he works like. I mean, a clinical research CRO organizations, and he will be also informing his progress insights to the sponsor also. So majority of the times this is kind of his role. So then once they established a good relationship, they'll go train them first. So if I am coming from a well developed place, doesn't if I'm trained in clinical research, that doesn't mean other person will be also similar. So you have to go train them. So you have to tell, this is the document I'm going to train you. You have to get uh, I mean, whenever you visit a site, you have to collect all the written documents. See, you have to document everything. Clinical research is kind of a documentation work also. Just like that, I cannot go to a site and hey, come on, let's do the work. It is never going to happen. So you have to officially send an email. So I'm coming this date and this date. I'm going to release these kind of work from your site. That kind of thing you have to tell them upfront. And this is once you done the visit, you have to go see, monitor how they are doing data entry also. Some places they will do paper based CRF. So we have to see how they are doing paper based. So once paper based is done, you have to go like check whether they are. I mean, most of the CRO organization are now developing with the inbuilt application so that they can easily able to capture data entry as well as and monitor how things are progressing. So see, I worked for ICMR. So where CDSA worked along with ICMR trial. So it involves around 12,000 participants. Think about how much the paperwork they are going to do, as well as think about how much electronically they are going to capture data. And each and every site will have thousands of patients, and each and every site will have a lot of informations to gather, and they are like trained for clinical research, so they will be documenting all. So your job is going to be there and see how they are working. See, you cannot go say whenever you are going to a site and visiting, try to observe maximum. See, that is my priority thing. When I visit a site, I'll go just simply observe, because you might be noticing lot of activities around you, which might be useful for you how they are conducting a trial. Some That's how this kind of CRA work will be doing. And you might be able to get majority of the information while observing. And then once you observe, you try to collect it up and put it in your reports and send them. So CRA work will majority of the times will be oversight only. So once source data is entered, some of the trials, uh, I mean, there will be a pharmacist or a research officer. I mean, a research nurse kind of a person who will be doing drug accounting also. So you have your role will be like drug accountability, whether they are doing or not. So even if a single vial is given wasted, then you have to be accountable for your sponsor. So they will be noting down why it got wasted. Some kind of, even if they wasted some medicine, it has to be accountable. So all those things will take into consideration. Then see, once data is confirmed, so you see, I worked in this vaccine trial, which is an ICMR study. So, okay, this is kind of a TB vaccine. So, what happened is they will do adverse event reporting as well as CE reporting. So, there involves a process usually. So, when you say adverse event means it is an hospitalized condition. So, within 24 hours, you have to report it. So, this patient has come. So, they had this kind of an adverse event. Due to this, they have hospitalized. One scenario, we had an like how to tell, see, this is kind of vaccine study, right? So before vaccination, they will be asking. So this is kind of a pregnant women. This is a scenario which happened to us. So where we had a pregnant woman got, I mean, they don't know she was pregnant. They vaccinated that person. So coming for next, I mean, we usually have a waiting period of 15 days. Then they will do second vaccination, and they will be observing adverse event. So during second vaccination also there was no pregnancy, but during this next 15 days observation, they noticed that the person was pregnant. So in this case, there was an adverse event which happened without our notice also. So which fooled us also in terms of a test. Okay, then we have to casually, we cannot just like that leave pregnancy in this pregnant woman, because yeah, drug can cause any illness. So you have to keep on monitoring. So you have to tell. So I mean, we won't be telling. Site coordinators will be telling all the formalities. You have to continuously come here, and we will be doing all the pregnant monitoring and all. So after delivery also, the child born with some sort of illness and died. So this kind of SAE or adverse event, they will be documenting. And Once they hospitalized, they will be documenting for within 24 hours. They have to report document in Sugam portal. So this record has been taken into CDISCO. Then once it is recorded, within 14 days they will give the secondary report, which is kind of a, I mean, hospital total visit. All those things will be recorded. So once this is done, source data verification is done. You once you are visiting a site, you have to maintain your study logs also. I'm coming this date. I will be documenting this kind of work today. All those things will be there. So once data entry is done electronically as well as paper, you have to do good documentation practice also. This is kind of you have to keep on monitoring. Sometimes see site data entry person will not be that much equipped to do data entry. Some people will do mistakes also. So some it happens like something will be in paper, something will be in electronic. So we have to tell the site when during this visit I visited the data entry which happened in CRF, paper CRF is not matching with the ECRF. So we have to correct it manually like that. So this correction, what they are doing will also be documented from our end, because whatever we are doing is full of documentation. So any point, if research is happening, regulatory authorities will come and ask you whether you are following regulatory guidelines, because this is the biggest practice which we follow, which we followed. And we did predominantly a good amount of work in identifying a correct data for the customer, I mean it's a sponsor. Yeah. So when it comes to skills, so as I said, it's all about communication. So you should establish for a CRC will be mostly positioned in the site, but CRA will have to travel. His job is kind of traveling job. I was in Chennai position, so I had to travel. Tiruvallur is the next district, and then I have to travel to Vellore. It's like around 200 kilometers from Chennai. Again, I have to travel from Vellore to Madurai. It's around another 400 kilometers. So CRA job is kind of a traveling. So you might not have a family time together. That kind of a workload, all the pressure will be there. So you cannot, like you have to be more communicative with the site also. So I am coming this kind of a date. So and you should be more fluent. See, I'm basically from Tamil Nadu side. So what I will do is I will more fluently in my local language and telling. I will be asking my updates also. So what happened during this week? Is there any adverse event happen? All those things we will be asking. So this is kind of an establishing a good relationship. Sometimes you might not know, you might forget also what you have spoken. So you have to be more cautious while telling what kind of communication you are giving to the site. And your role is like, so during the communication you'll plan everything. So this is kind of you have to every visit, what we had is like you have to go train someone on some GCP guidelines, because every time you might be asking them questions, and they will be they will be telling whatever they had experienced. And you might be gathering information throughout your study cycle. You have to be continuously train the site. This is one of additional role you have to do. So this is kind of an additional role. And this has to be kind of a established in a good way. So 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 that it will be useful for you whenever you are reaching out to the site on communication part. Okay, this is the biggest thing we have to. Okay. Then you have to establish a relationship with all the parties, because uh, whenever you are traveling to them, um, see, sometimes you cannot, your organization might not able to help you in finding a good hotel and all, they might be aware of. So they can help you in telling the hotel this, go there, you can stay there, it will be good for you, your organization will be booking for that. So this kind of relationship will help in, see, communication and maintaining a good relationship will help in smooth way of conducting this trial. And you will also be knowing more about how the uh, activities are progressing in the site. Then coming to details, so it's kind of attention to detail. So you should be more vigilant on your work activities. So majority of the times I'll be doing site. So during initiation or study startup, so we will see whether the site is fully equipped for a clinical research to happen. So we will see whether site has any doctor or a clinician who can able to make the participant understand the study well, because he's the only person in the site is going to communicate more about concern. So during concern, his role is to educate the study participant or patient to come up for the study, and to encourage them more into the study. So we have to identify the person who is sitting at the site is more efficient to conduct the study, all those things. And study once initiated, you have to do recruit, whether you have to monitor recruitment. So you have to see, get weekly reports. Weekly reports in the sense, you have to monitor weekly how much patient is coming, how much how much being recruited, how much being left out, what is the reason for leaving the study, why they are not participating, all those things you have to coordinate. This and all will help you in getting more subjects. um, since I involved in this 12,000 participant study, this is kind of a massive study. Okay. This involves lot of recruitment work. It took almost 2 years for recruitment. During this happened during the initial times of COVID and at the end of the COVID. So think how scary it to recruit someone during this period, and they already have been hesitant to come to hospital or a site, and you have to recruit them. But successfully site had done this kind of an activity. So think about the output they are going to get in the future. So that is kind of a massive study involved in India. This is which never have, I mean, that kind of a strength never happened in India. So then so once you have decided, you have to be more detailed, because whenever your site coordinator will be telling, hey monitor, I faced this kind of issue, what is the solution from your end? Like that he'll be coming up at you and asking some of the questions. You have to open up and tell him, why can't you try this and look up. So one scenario, like there was less recruitment. They using your words during consenting also matters. Sometimes we we'll ask them how you do consent, all those things, to help them do better way. So sometimes ICMR works will be like paying to the participants, will bring them to the site also. That kind of activities also being planned during the study. Okay, these kind of small things will put uh, will make the CRA work easier. Okay, then every time you visit a site, you have to document. So they will have a site visit document. So site log they will maintain every time. So whenever you enter, at what time you are entering and what time you are leaving, we will have a complete documentation. This is kind of an practice we have to follow. And every time we visit, we have to train some of the GCP guidelines or some of the practice they are following, and we have to question them. I asked this kind of an activity. So this kind of small activities will uh, will establish a good relationship with the site. So then, so you have to once you establish, you will be getting good amount of clinical research data. Then you have to see, there might be a place where consent signing is more important. Doctors, what they will do is they might skip consent in every page. So you have to tell them you have to sign in every page the date. We follow this as an mandatory thing. So like it is kind of a documentation. Whenever I'm doing this is kind of a process we have to follow. So then so for example, so the patient has to come today for the visit. Due to some reasons, he couldn't able to come. So he will be coming after another week or by two. So during your process, you don't have that luxury of keeping it uh, for a week. So in that case, you have to document the delayed visit. Why he is getting delayed, and what is the reason he is getting delayed for the trial, and you have to document. So you have to work up on your action plans also. What can be done to make that patient being observed? So this activity happen. So regularly they will be calling telephony visits and all. So if a data entry errors happen, so you are telling the site to go changes, then you are doing some action plans. So they have and this delay happened, right? They have to come within this duration, and they are not coming. So you have to do kappa also, corrective action, preventive action. So whatever happened is you are making them understand. It's kind of an uh, process which we follow. So this helps in reducing your protocol deviation kind of activities. So this also notes what kind of action. See that pregnant story I told right during the initial uh, talk. So what happened is, what preventive action they would have taken is, they would have pushed the participant once they got pregnant itself to abort. But they tried, but it failed also. But at the end, the loss is going to be for the study participant only. So kind of small things we keep focusing and telling, this is what we want for you, kind of things. Okay. Then coming to critical thinking, this is kind of an big role. So they will be calling you regularly from the side telling, so I had this issue. Do you have any solution? Or why can't you solve this? So we have to go sit with them. You have to call them and ask what has happened, what can be done. So when they are noticing some adverse event, they will be like, what has happened? We have to ask them. We have to find what could be the root cause also, and documenting it for our purpose will be useful. And then sometimes there might be low patient recruitment also. So in this case, have to ask how the consenting process, all those things and all. Have to think. from the study participant and how they will be working together, and I mean how they will be like thinking, they will be having hesitation to participate, right? Say I am coming, I feel like okay, uh, I feel like comfortable doctor, but I don't want to give my patient information. It is kind of confidential, right? Why I have to give it to you like that? They will be telling. So you have to encourage them to tell voluntarily, um, recruit for the study. That kind of practice we followed. So majority of the times, CRA will be the decision maker, even though he will be traveling all over from one place to other, but he has to take some decisions, uh, which which site will be expecting also. So his role will be like vast. You have to go and talk to them. So then there is any error, data entry error, or all those things, you have to give some corrective actions also. So just like that, uh, once, see, some CRF they have done wrong data entry. For example, if the patient has to come today, if today's visit they have entered some 2 weeks back wrong entry, all those things you have to mention it in your visit visit report and tell them this is the corrective action. You correct the data entry, so then you are preventing that action. All those things you have to do during your visit. Okay. And now it is kind of uh, is it visible now? Yeah. So now India is moving towards electronic data entry. So whatever they are doing in paper will be documenting in electronic also. So this kind of thing will be saving your time and energy, and money as well as, and this electronic data entry will be easy. So you might be hearing something called as risk based monitoring practice which is followed. So I might be sitting in USA and I might be seeing a data from India. This kind of activities is helping. So every time if I have to visit from USA to India, it's going to cost me a lot. So instead of that, I created a system called electronic data capturing system. So this will be useful for the sponsor also to see from remote locations. So this is kind of whether they are properly following the data entry practice, all those things also you have to see. So, and you should also be monitoring whether they are following properly study protocols. So you might be having, so we will be maintaining a version control, which means we will say this before this I mean ethics committee approval. Before going to ethics committee approval, there will be going lot of version controls. I mean lot of versions and getting into final print, and then it will go to ethics, and from ethics we will get a correction. uh, they From that they are again implementing in that and resubmitting, and they are maintaining same version in the document also, you should note. And if any new changes also they are doing in that new CRF, you also need to observe whether they are doing it or not. Anything newly they want to observe during this period, so they are telling it, also you need to observe. Okay. So then comes to time management. Most of the time, CRA job is traveling, so he has to quickly review the site documents also, and what is being done in ECRF also, what is done in consent also, what he done in CRF also, what he is, what site is doing on electronic data capture also. All these things will take a lot of time. You have to travel that also. So these kind of activities will take lot of time. So then proficiency in using EDC systems is what currently I'm working on, where I know more about iMedidata, which is a electronic data capturing tool we use for the customer, and we use uh, then RedCap and e-research platform. These are all kind of electronic data capturing tools. So this will be more efficient. So if you have an oversight with this application, you will be able to train the site coordinator for the data entry also. They might not be able to know how to log in into an application, how to change the password, how to do uh, questionnaires. We have created a questionnaire system where you have to answer your questions when you want to revive your password. All those things will be there. And this is CRA job is kind of a stressful job. So you have to go here and there, and you have to manage this person, that person. Someone will be coming and asking, "Do we get any favor from this study?" All those things uh, will be questioned at you only. But your role is like keenly have to observe what can be done for them, and you can make them useful for them. So this is kind of an futuristic purpose, because I joined as a CRC a research coordinator. Then I joined as a CRA. Now I'm talking about more about EDC system. Kind of, I am not a SAS person or SQL person or Python or any language programming language person, but still I'm kind of working with all the EDC, how data is being captured, all those things and all. So I'm kind of every time I'm learning something new about how data capturing tool is playing a vital role. In future, this will be a growing thing in India also. So oh, this is kind of an detailed thing I can able to explain also. Yeah. So coming, this is kind of a final slide from my end. So currently, what I am doing is I work in multiple trials. I work for an US organization where I collect all the data from the site, and I so in US is a different scenario rather than India. Still in India, we haven't developed yet for uh, I mean, uh, we don't have we do record all the patient details in in hospitals, but we don't process things for the clinical research part. So we won't maintain an electronic summary report and all. Some places they will maintain, some places they won't maintain electronic summary and all. Just like that, they will mention whatever they are coming, and they will be noting down, and they will be recording all their observations. So this is kind of thing I am currently working on, where I work on getting data from customer site, and making it visible in our system, which is called an cart. So then we will say this kind of a progress notes, this is kind of a demographic notes, this is kind of a vitals. So we will establish an ECRF for them. Once they are happy with that ECRF design, and we will test lot of things like we kind of doing an automation testing in clinical research, where we bring all the quantitative data into a system. So, for example, I know this patient has done some lab for XYZ lab. So, for example, my patient is kind of a vaccine study. Okay, so what we observe in vaccine study is kind of an more about their immunogenicity factor. So if I'm getting an electronic data, and if I'm getting an electronic data, if I able to show it in a single system, and I can show it, so where majority of the data entry discrepancies happen when you do manually, so I have to manually correct. This is what majority of the CRAs will be telling the site to do. So they will be training more part on manual data entry only. So so we will be telling site, this system has brought us to skip this manual entry and made these labs. So for example, some immunogenicity testing has done. So immune markers have been observed for the participant or subject. So some I will create a system where I can capture all the electronic data in call in row field wise, kind of each. If I'm date is today's date is coming, I can make it electronically so that uh, site coordinator need not have to enter. This kind of advancement currently we are working on in India, and this is more or less for an US perspective we are working. And so one more advancement also we are working in current scenario is kind of sending a notification email for data entry. So this is kind of telling from the EDC we will collect, the patient has been done clinical visit today. So we will be pushing a notification email or a notification message to the CRC to tell them today your patient has come, your visit is going to today. This visit has happened. You come do your data entry. This kind of advancements currently we are working on. So, so don't just think CRC alone and CRA part alone. You have more learning part in clinical research, because what I learned over this 5 or 6 years duration is there are a lot of things to learn. More advancements in clinical research is going to come. So you have to swim in this clinical research. You have to keep on learning or updating with your knowledge. You have to be more vigilant on e-research systems. So how to work with that e-research system, all those things you should be aware of. Okay. So with this conclusion, I am coming to the conclusion. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Senthil. Thank you very much, and thank you, everyone. So it was definitely a wonderful insights on CRC and CRA, and we has covered almost all the aspects of that. So, guys, now we are open for the questions. Please suit up your questions to Dr. Senthil. Yes, everyone. Please write your questions. Please write your questions.
Yeah, I'm open to questions. You can ask me directly also.
Yes,
So
definitely.
yeah. So I'm more confident on clinical research because I have been doing this for almost 6 years, and see, you have to learn new things. That's what my ultimate goal and motive also to tell you. So because this clinical research has new things coming up, so you might be hearing something, remote monitoring app where you can monitor all your heart rate, bp. This is kind of an vast thing you are going to get it. So this kind of data activities, monitoring and data reviewing part also is going to play a major role.
Okay, I have one question here from Prajwal. Sir, how frequently protocol can be changed in order to get the better results? Zero. You cannot change the protocol just to get the better results, because this is not the method. If you are getting the negative results or poor results or poor outcomes, you cannot change the protocol. This is not the way. Okay. So you have to think of like why where is the fault in your methodology, how you are conducting the things. And it's not important to get the positive results always, not at all. You cannot get the positive results or the great results if you are conducting everything perfectly also. So it is important to report the negative results also. It is important to report the poor outcomes also. It is important to report everything, whether it is positive or negative, in actual whatever it is. Okay, so this question doesn't fit here. So I would ask Dr. Senthil if he wants to add something on this.
No, I see. We cannot change protocol just like that. It takes a lot of hard work. So they might not be aware of that kind of protocol work. It takes almost 2 to 3 years to build a good quality of protocol. See, I told about this vaccine study, right? It
Yeah,
almost took 3 to 4 years for them to build. Just like that, they cannot do a change. So what they will do is they will observe what makes the poor enrollment. So they will go sit and observe. Then only you might be knowing where you are making the mistake. So
exactly.
CRA role will be like telling them. So how see they will be doing audio video consent also, but your job is they will not reveal the audio video, but they will be you can ask them, so how you are conducting a consent process, tell me. So in a way that will be useful for you also to establish how they are doing.
Yeah, so guys, see, my I meant the protocol change does not you cannot do that. Protocol deviations can be done in case when you are not getting the absorbed sample size, or whatever you have decided you are not getting the sample size because of certain reasons. Then in that case you can deviate the protocol. Or if you have if it is very tough to recruit the patients, then in certain cases you can deviate the protocol a bit. But to get the better results, it is not at all suggested to change the protocol. Okay. Hi, sir. Thanks for the informative session, sir. Whether CR certified courses has any value? Definitely, it will help you out. And we are
Yeah.
definitely, we are, yeah,
See, I am not doing anything that I learned whatever from practically. I never did anything certification. But
absolutely.
now things will be changing because
Yeah,
whatever when we entered is different. So we are the first person to have the luxury of observing things. So where we will be having more kind of exploratory things to observe, and now we will also work kind of certification where it will be easy for you to come learn this, and it will be added value for you also. So you are doing this kind of an activity, it will be useful.
yes, absolutely. And okay, so is language barrier will be in CRA? No, I don't think so, because everywhere CRAs, run around all over India. If I talk about if they are working in India, my CRA for Novartis, they come from Mumbai. They just cover the Mangalore, which is totally Kannadiga space. They go to Chennai, they go to Trivandrum, they go to the Madhya Pradesh and everywhere. So CRA language is not a barrier, because CRA don't have to work with the patient or the local language. They have to work with the investigators, co-investigators, and CRCs.
Yeah, we don't directly involve with the study participants. That is a major thing as a CRA.
Yeah.
So most of CRC will be doing site level activities. That's
Yes.
what I clearly told, because CRA will never go and intervene with the participant.
Yeah. Okay. So how to find relevant internship and clinical research? We are having multiple internships. You can check out later, Nikita. Okay. Nitika. Okay. Suhani Sabadra is asking, sir, can we change protocol depend upon critical situations? That can be done. In special cases, protocol deviation can be done. That's not a big deal. So Dr. Senthil can tell more about those critical situations.
Um, so sometimes it happens. So some one or two inclusion criteria will make them exclude the study. So you might be cleanly checking, I have to enroll this kind of participant only, healthy participant. If you say, they might be having some or the other bad habits also. Some might be smoking, which your study will be like vaccine. So TB vaccine. So you will be like telling them, you have to tell them quit smoking. I have seen people writing like smoking habits like kind of ganja, all those things they will be writing, those kind of extreme things. So you cannot skip that part also, but he might be healthy also. His blood levels, all markers will be looking normal. So in that kind, so you have to see, check where they can include also this kind of participants. That kind of thing also is happening. So it happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
rare cases it happens, but the process will take lot, at least six
Lot
to
of,
eight months. Yeah.
yeah. Will pursuing masters in clinical research after PharmD in abroad lead to better position in industry? It doesn't matter much, literally. As Dr.
See,
Senthil told, he did not do anything.
I didn't do anything. I am sitting still in India, in Chennai, from my hometown. I am telling you all these things. Think, I am
Better,
working for an US. See,
yes.
it
So
is
better if you just add,
out on a perspective. See, I am
yes,
here working for an US consultancy. So
absolutely,
it is totally different. So I'm
absolutely.
kind of, it's up to you, your point. See, I am not against it.
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
your
And
wish, your
so
decision. Yeah.
if you want to add value, just pursue some CRA trainings are there and some clinical research courses just to add the values or the regulatory affairs, regulations or maybe ICH GCP guidelines. So those updations you can do, but it's not very much suggested that you have to go for the special degree in clinical research, then only you will get the better position. For CRA, traveling will be in
This
particular
and
city
all
or
will add just a value, but that
yes,
doesn't mean. See, I did lot of interviews also. I will simply ask simple things, but they are not able to answer. If I ask
absolutely,
consulting itself, they will not be able to answer.
yes,
I will simply ask impartial witness. They will not be able to answer.
yeah,
See, I'm not targeting you guys. I'm telling you the truth. You need to go sit and read how
yes,
difficult to get a job.
yes, yes,
See,
absolutely.
you guys are free to feel free to connect me. I am always available in my LinkedIn. So you just keep me messaging also. I am available. Through you can ask me any doubts also. Whatever you felt, you keep on asking me. Whatever I can able to give you as an answer, I will be able to give you.
Yeah. So guys, we are
I'm
also coming.
more into advancement. You can kind of clinical research. We are doing lot advanced
Yeah,
technologies.
yeah.
So feel free to connect me in LinkedIn or anywhere you want to talk to me. So I can give you my personal number also. You can connect me. Yeah, no
Sure, sure,
issues.
sure. So guys, we are also coming up with this. If someone wants to, take up this training, this is a 6 days training on ICH GCP E6 R3, which is latest, launched recently in July, the updated version, biomedical ethics guidelines and ICMR clinical trial guidelines also. And this is from 15 to 20 December. Every day it will be 6:30 to 8, and you can see there are people like Dr. Ashok Sonoy, Sarabjit ji, and Dr. Wali Mohammed. These are taking the classes. So I'll share this with you. Don't worry. If you are interested in ICH updation, then you can definitely. Let me see some more questions for. It's online. Yes, yes, it's online. Oh, someone was asking question about the city changes. Can I see that question again? Um,
So I had an opportunity to go work in Orissa also. So there you don't have to be anything like. I went to Ames Bhubaneswar. I went to all the SCB Cuttack. So I have been to different cities. No issues for.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Correct. This is the question from different cities. Kusi Patak for CRA traveling will be particular
yeah,
city or you can
I am
change the
I am, I am basically a Tamil person going there and not knowing Hindi. Managing people think about me. So
yeah,
side people will be purely some kind of Odia people. They will be learned only certain things only. You have to make them understand.
yeah,
It
true.
can be easily done.
Yeah,
So,
that
but you have to establish a good relationship. This is a primary thing. Wherever you
yes,
go, you cannot able to establish, but you have to sit
absolutely.
and talk it out.
Absolutely. And clinical research people can definitely make the career in. I mean, pharmacology people also can be, one of the clinical research associate. They can definitely apply, guys. It's not like that the pharmacology people do not have anything in that. We have the. Okay. Yes, guys. Okay. Anything else? I'm just looking at the questions. Okay. I'm sharing one website here, our new institute's website. You can just go here. We have all the trainings. All the trainings we have here. Okay. All the clinical research trainings and all you can find out here if you want. Okay. Not this, but let me take the question. CRA is a good opportunity for a fresher in M-Pharm? Yes, definitely. What kind of range of packages
But
they can expect, Dr. Senthil? They're asking about the package. That's the main question.
see, it depends on the places you work. That is a major thing. I worked in CDSA. They have the package between 40,000 to 55.
Absolutely. So yes,
Currently, yeah, it happens. But to get into that position, you need to have at least 1 or 2 years experience. That
yeah,
is a must. CRA might be many ones, many stream, but in order to get into CRA position, you need to know clinical research at least 1 or 2 years. They will be questioning that. So they will be asking site initiation, what you will do, site closeout, what you will do. All those things will be there.
absolutely.
So they will be keenly asking everything because this is kind of a good practice in CRA job recruitment. They will ask everything and they will check your attitude also sometimes.
Yeah. Adia is asking one question. What is the right time to start the clinical research? The best time for a PharmD to start the clinical research is fifth year when they have the 6 months project. And after that, you have 1 year internship. Please go ahead and do that internship perfectly. And at least do some 6 month to 8 month or 1 year project there also. Okay. So then you will be definitely learning that. And when you are going out of the PharmD, going out of the college, you will have a lot of things in your hand, lot of experience in your hand, at least having the writing the protocol, preparing the protocol, and facing the IRC, IEC, and you will be well versed with the how to conduct. You will be well versed with the methodologies. You will be well versed with the consent form. So that you have to learn from your, from the fifth year only. And once you are out of the school, then it is very very tough for you guys definitely. So you have to understand that
Yeah.
yeah,
So during internship, some hospitals will have an in-house clinical research organization or academy. So I had the privilege of going there. So because I was in Ramchandra University in Chennai, so they have an in-house clinical research department. So you had the opportunity to go visit there for 2 months, and they will be doing their work. You cannot able to go teach me and all. You have to go sit with them and learn. Wherever you go, you have to put your efforts and learn. That is the primary
absolutely.
thing.
You have to learn from them. Yes,
See,
spend your
go
time.
anywhere, learn, but try to observe how they are doing. That is a
Yeah,
primary patience tester for many of them. Many
yeah.
of them won't have that skill. That is a, key thing you have to do.
Yes, come out of the phone and reels and go and sit and learn. That is the best thing I can say for the today's generations of families and everyone. You cannot just learn sitting in the house and having phone in the in your hand. You have to go and you have to learn. You have to sit and give your time. Okay, you have to spend time when you are conducting the research. You have to ask the questions to the patients. You have to fill the real consent form with them when you are doing the research. Then only you understand what is the value of that. Okay, that's the
Some
importance and that's
observation
how you learn.
studies will be doing direct consent also. So that time you have to talk to them. You have to answer all the questions you have framed in consent. So how
Exactly.
you that is really tough task. You will
Yeah.
be you cannot able to go and tell there. That is the toughest part.
No, that's how these people will learn. Otherwise, they cannot learn like, okay, oh, let's make the Google form and fill it by yourself, looking at the file. That how you won't understand the patient's feeling. That's how you won't understand the troubles when you are talking to the patient. So those real time fees you will miss it every time. Sir, what's the information on prescribing the medication by family doctors? Please, guys, Vishal Singh Tomar,
I'm
no, we
talking
cannot.
more about clinical research only.
We
Please
are not
don't
about
ask
clinical research.
anything.
No, 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 not taking this
Yeah,
question.
I am a pure breed of a clinical research person. I am kind of doing it by blood. I don't do because I don't see I see clinical research as a future. That is my perspective. I am not telling wrong about clinical pharmacist practice.
I'll come to this question later part in some other CMEs, not today, guys. Please don't allow me to, roast you. Please don't. Okay.
No, people are getting good salary also. I know my friend who is in cancer treatment. He is
Dr.
getting good
Senthil,
salary.
they are not asking about being a clinical pharmacist. They are asking to prescribe the medicines. Okay. So their
Yeah. Then
aims and their
I'm
needs are totally
sorry,
different.
guys. You cannot do that.
Totally different. They are not able to break that myth actually. The problem is with them.
I think it has to be taught from the college. They are
Yeah,
the
definitely.
one who practice
Colleges are creating that environment to them, like, okay, you come to the college, you will write the medicines after this and this. So a lot of problems for
that.
these kids nowadays. Yes, is CRA is good
Yeah,
opportunity for the fresher?
I am telling you the truth because we face lot of people around us, and we are establishing a good kind of things to for the future generation to come and enjoy. Just
Absolutely.
because we are putting lot of efforts in advancements and all working together. See, I am telling automation testing in clinical research. Think about that. So 50% data, if you can do electronically, I mean, you don't have to sit. This kind of activity comes here, a job will go. Think like that. So you have to be advanced
Yes, absolutely.
and perceiving.
Yes. Okay, so I have one very interesting question here. Let me see this. Where this question went here. Someone was writing why we should people are asking the experience before going into the industry, how should we start? No, see, if you are working as a CRC or clinical research assistant in your colleges and you have a little experience, then nobody will ask you the experience. And if they are just taking the experienced people, then what will happen to the freshers? So it is not like that. You should have, or definitely you should have a little experience in your college. You should have done some projects, you should have published some paper, you should have conduct some clinical research really. Then you can show them up like, okay, I have done this project and I have this experience. So nobody will say. There are the vacancies for the freshers as well, don't worry. Okay.
Yeah, it is there. You have to find it, but it
Yeah.
takes a lot of hard work because you need to know the process
Yes, Navina was
in
asking this question.
clinical
Navina
research.
Bhutta.
That is
Yes,
the biggest
Navina.
thing.
Yeah. Can we start CRC from fifth year as an internship, fifth year PharmD as internship? Yeah, you can see. I have seen in JSS as Dr. Senthil is telling, in Ramchandra also, and in Manipal also. People, we have our in-house facilities, and in JSS and Manipal, we give this opportunity to our PharmDs only. They can come and work as CRCs. Whenever I am doing right now, being a faculty, I am doing the project. So I give this opportunity to PharmD people because they are good people and they have the time to work with us, and we give them the experience certificate also. So in internship they
See,
learn.
you guys know little bit about clinical thing. That is the biggest advantage, which
Absolutely.
a B.Pharm person will not be knowing. So
Yes.
they might not know a clinical part, a small detail also they will not know. Because
Yeah.
I said from ICU study to from vaccine study, all details I know because I go sit with them, understand all the things, how they are doing, how that data is going to be helpful. You have
Yes.
to sit yourself and read.
True. What will be the salary package in initial 1 or 2 years? I think he has told. See, if you are working as a CRC, you will get 15 to 25,000. Okay, CRC, and not sure. And if you are a PhD, then you will definitely get 50 to 55,000 in starting in clinical research. And if you are a CRA, definitely it is 45 to 60,000 somewhere. And then, but the growth is really good and faster in this area, guys.
See, salary part, don't go into that part at the starting itself.
Yes.
I keenly want to tell this because, see, before 30 or 35 years, to try to gain the experience. With that experience, you are going to enjoy a lot. See, I am telling you, I got 40% hike this current year. You think about my scenario. So I didn't change any job. I was sitting in the same company. They gave me 40% hike. So
Yes.
you think like that. They will give you massive hike also. IKEA,
Growth
I heard people telling they will give a lot of hikes.
growth is there, guys. Growth is there. Don't worry about the growth. Okay. Don't worry about the growth. Clinical research is a wonderful area. As I told in last class, also I was telling, I have visited 15 countries being the research scientist for ICMR and working in the area of research and spending not a single penny from my pocket. Okay, you will get a lot of travel funds. You will get a lot of invitations. You will get a lot of scope to present in Europe, America, Canada, Australia, everywhere. So it is, so don't count the outcome in money. Okay, if you say that you will get the monetary benefits to your salary will be 24 lakh or 50 lakhs per annum, then don't think about that. But the other benefits will be really good. They will make you famous. You will get the fame, you will get the opportunities, you will get the good network, you will get the roam around, you will get travel fundings. So you will get a lot of things, but not money.
See, experience matters.
Experience matters,
By just
definitely.
see, yeah. So I'm currently doing 10 to 15 projects right at the time. So think
Yes.
about me. So I'll be thinking here and there and see this protocol, this will be there. Go check. I'll be more observing than other person.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, don't worry about those things. Okay, clinical research is something which will give you a lot of things. May not be giving you the exact money in your pocket every month, but you will get lot of grants in your account. Okay.
It will give you definitely money. I am so sure because you are only focusing the fancy word CRA. There are
Yeah,
a lot of other jobs related to clinical research. There, I
absolutely.
am telling like there will be a site report reviewer, report specialist is there.
Yes,
Site
absolutely.
site initial coordinator will be there. So there is kind of numerous jobs, but
Absolutely.
you should know that will fit for you. That is the only thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so one question here, last from Navina. Prioritizing the opportunity to contribute and learn, placing greater opportunities on the experience gained rather than experience. Yeah, better. Yes, that's actually good. Okay, guys. So we are also having a lot of things. Please go and check the website if you are interested and learn well. Thank you very much all again. And I hope you filled the feedback form. And thank you, Senthil. Thank you very much for joining us here. And again, thanking all of you to join here and inviting you to join our exclusive webinar series also, where we are providing 9 specialized webinars in the industrial development, industrial career development. Guys, so all again, thank you everyone, and thank you, Dr. Senthil. Thank you, Bharat. So thank you guys. Feedback form I have shared already. My team, someone. Okay, I am only sharing again. So here, यहाँ पे है feedback form, guys.
Please feel free to connect me. I don't have
Yes,
any
and
hesitation in telling you.
Bharat
We
has
are
shared
we
already.
are easily reachable persons. We can help you in
Absolutely,
terms of experiences, because whatever we see we have faced is kind of huge. So it will be useful for Ajit also to tell like that. Yeah, he also
absolutely.
experienced a lot. So he
And
might be having a good experience in traveling also. He will be telling.
and see, Bharat has shared Senthil's ID, LinkedIn ID. Please connect with him and ask a lot of questions even after webinar. Okay.
Yeah. Feel free to connect me.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate in
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. I need an internship, whether you have or not. When you are
Yes.
hesitant in asking, you won't get anything.
Yeah. Don't hesitate in asking. Definitely, don't hesitate in asking. If you are not asking, you will not get the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So thank you, Dr. Senthil. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bharat. Chalo, take care, guys. Have a good night. Bye bye. See you.